You've spent years honoring other people's stories. Today, honor yours. Hi, my name's Steve Kidd. I am a third generation minister, international best-selling author of 40 books and counting. Over the course of the last nearly 40 years as a marketing expert now, geesh, I'm old, I've had the wonderful privilege of working with brand new startup companies, multi-billionaires, doctors, lawyers, Olympic athletes, stay-at-home moms, people who are getting it done in their way, in their place, doing the things in this world that only they can do. And that's the important part of it. That's what's the most important of all, is for you to show up as the you that you're meant to do, to be, and do the things that you're meant to do in this world. Not for any other reason other than just to simply fill the space that you were created to live in, to fill, to be, and to do all the things that you're meant to do. I want that for you, and you really need that. The world absolutely needs you. I want today to be a day of gratitude, a little bit of identity, and some truth, because we just came through probably what is worldwide the biggest holiday of the year. Okay. I mean, like Thanksgiving is a US holiday. Other countries have their versions of it, but they're on different days. The same is true with, like, say, Independence Day. I had the cool privilege one year that I got to actually spend the 4th of July on Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. And then we got to celebrate part of the independence celebration that they do in Germany. And then we were over in France and we got to celebrate Bastille Day, which is basically their French Revolution Independence Day. Yeah, and it was just kind of cool to see the different dates that they do that and the different kind of things. But when we think about Christmas, December 25th, the only thing that varies at all is, Australia is almost, depending on where you are in the US, almost a whole day ahead of us. And it was fun to watch Christmas Eve, because they were talking about Christmas celebrations. I was like, wait, is it, they were talking about, Santa's sleigh is traveling. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. If you think about it, the 24 hours that is overnight, it's the middle of the night in, like, New Zealand right now. But, it's the middle of the day here. And it's just that kind of way, right? We came through that celebration. We came through it both in a sense of wonder and a sense of hope and peace. I hope you got all those. I hope that the thing or things you are asking for, are absolutely the kind of stuff that you got. I hope that you got to spend time with friends and family and you were really warmly loved the whole entire time. And if for some reason you weren't, then, I really apologize. I know what it's like to be alone on Christmas. There's something about that, sitting there in a room by yourself, right? I remember the first Christmas that the kids went to, this is after my first divorce, that the kids went to their mom's house for Christmas. And I was sitting in the house all by myself. And this part isn't, it may seem weird to you, but it's just kind of normal for me. It's not uncommon at all for me to not really turn on many lights, if any. I use the light in the bathroom and then in the middle of the night here because it is massively, amazingly dark out here in the middle of nowhere. But other than that, just to be able to get across the house, that's about the only light. I will turn on a light if I'm cooking something, but when I'm done, I turn it off. And I remember what it was like sitting in that dark. But I want to use that as an example of the light that your message is meant to make. And that's to be the light into somebody's life, to shine that incredibly sacred, special, important message to the person who desperately needs it. And even if people are going crazy like they seem to be doing on the comments today and saying totally whack, crazy stuff, no worries. Because here is the real, the truth, the deeply, intensely for real stuff. For the person that is waiting on you, the person who really, truly needs you, needs what you're giving in the world, it is like offering water to somebody dying of thirst in the desert. It is medicine to a person who is deathly ill. And it creates a legacy for you, a legacy for your family, a legacy in the world. I want you to stop and think for a minute about how visible are you really in the world? Yes, I've talked about so many different things over the course of the last several months, talking about being visible, going live, doing it regularly, and sharing yourself with the world. Absolutely. That's one level of visibility. I've talked about being the places where your people are going to be, whether that be online or it be in person. You got to be there. You got to be in the space in order for you to potentially be seen. Okay? And then you need to spend the time to connect to people. Remember our 3 C's: clarity, consistency, and connection. So we go in with the heart of connection, and then we consistently meet with people where they are. We got to be where they are. This whole concept of, I just ran a little tester ad because I'm working on some stuff. And I was just looking at the results just before we did this. It was interesting to see it because I think once again, the ads tend to fall into the category of come. You know what I'm saying? Be in my world, do the thing with me. That kind of a sense, that kind of a feeling of things versus, a real sense of giving, of being where they are. Somebody needs your impact. They need your voice. They need your message. They need your truth. Shema, I really appreciate what you're saying. I want you to know God hasn't forgotten you. Even if you're living in a life of constant sin, you could never have earned it. I know it's a total left turn at Albuquerque, but I feel like this needs to be addressed. There is nothing possible in any of us that could ever earn a spot in heaven. All of us are, to quote the Bible verse, all of our righteousness is filthy rags. You can't do anything to earn that spot. It is a gift that's given to you. All you need to do is receive it. And it may not feel that way, and you may still struggle, and you may have problems that'll be with you in all of your days. But you still got to accept the gift that was given to you, not because you deserve it, but because God loves you. Now, that's a real left turn at Albuquerque from us talking about visibility. But, Shem, I want you to feel seen. I'm here today, not just, although I do definitely want people to be visible and valuable, but I also want to add value to your life. there's a transformation in being seen and in being who you are. And you got to show up as the best version of yourself that you can be in the day that's called today. That means showing up, sharing the message, giving the things, doing the things, being the person that you were meant to be. Sharing the message with the people that you're called to share it with. Because here's the truth. Your message is somebody's miracle. And today is the day to share you, to be visible, to be valuable, to connect clearly and consistently with people and share with them that message. And if you're ready to really truly be seen, I want you to DM me Amplify or put in the comments the word amplify. Your story needs to be brought into the world with clarity, with compassion, and it needs to happen consistently. Okay? I appreciate every last one of you. Yeah, even the jokers who made all the crazy comments, they're kind of funny too. And I hope that as we move through now out of the Christmas season and into the celebration of my birthday, well, or what most of you call New Year's, that we really can take a hold of visibility and really begin to not wait until January 1st, not make some kind of crazy resolution, but just simply be the best you that you can be in the day called today. Can you do that? No matter how much you blew it yesterday, no matter what yesterday or even 5 minutes ago looked like, now is the time to step up, to be the best you can be, and to make the difference in this world that only you can make. Because again, your story is someone's miracle. So do DM the word amplify, put it in the comments. I hope that you're happy, safe, warm, and loved. And I hope until we're together again next time, you have a great week.